don't care. Let my hair go. I don't care. Give me my phone. I'm gonna do a live. Go ahead. Let my hair go. I do the same thing. Man, show the money. Show what I paid. You paid, but we're gonna fix it. You not leaving. Show what I paid. I'm not showing nothing. you didn't pay enough. This is the money, but you're not leaving. Hello? Man, you sound crazy. Yeah.
I would have never expected for it to end the way that it ended.
Odom says she texted the salon owner directly to book her appointment. In the text messages, you can see she asked how much for the service, and the owner responded with $200.
When I arrived, everything was going well. Hospitality was there. It was a nice vibe, nice environment. I got to watching Netflix over there while they was doing my hair, and when they finished, everything pretty much went left.
Happy belated Thanksgiving, you guys. I know, what the heck does President Trump have to do with African hair braiding? From the videos I showed you earlier in this video, you're like, what does the orange man have to do with any of this? Welcome to another episode of Archie's Briefings, you guys. I'm your host, Arshel Branch, and also welcome to the channel of Pocket Politics. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell so that way you never miss an episode. Share this video, like this video, and definitely get into the comments because this one is a doozy. Now, I'm going to try to, stay on task, try to keep my thoughts organized because there was a lot happening. I scoured TikTok and Instagram and YouTube trying to see if any content creator, when they looked at that altercation between these African hair braiding ladies and their client, if anyone was going to come to the same conclusion that I had. And of course, the black men who say black women, don't go to these African hair braiding shops. The black women who say, I'm going to keep going to these African braiding shops. I'm just not going to go to that one. And I'm like, yo, just get there. Land your plane. You want them out of the country. Deport them. And President Trump, you guys know, I'm America First. I've made my concession at this point. MAGA and America First are not the same. I think he's finally listening to the base. I got into this, okay, with America First, my red pill, becoming a conservative, okay, because I had issues with legal immigration, okay? Legal. I'm not saying illegal immigration wasn't a problem, but for me as a worker, my biggest issue was legal immigration, particularly with those damned visas. Excuse my French. I know it's the day after Thanksgiving. I shouldn't be cussing. But very grateful for the fact that he's listening to the base. Do something about immigration. He's going to permanently pause all immigration from, guess where? Third world countries. That includes the continent of Africa. Google will say, oh, it's so politically incorrect. It's offensive to say third world countries. They call them developing countries. Developing? What do you mean developing? They haven't developed. Okay. What do you mean developing? No. Third world countries seems quite suitable to me. And they come to America. They insist that they are part of the community unless, they want to say that they're not, because if they see black women twerking at Lululemon, oh no, now all of a sudden they're not black. Yeah, if you are a black person, I don't care if you're half black like myself or if you're all the way 100% black, stop calling yourselves African American, okay? That video that I showed you at the beginning of these African women beating up on this woman, they weren't like beating up on her, but I got to give you the whole context. Okay, long story short. Lady goes in trying to get her hair done. I believe this was like a week and a half ago. So clearly she was trying to have her hair done for Thanksgiving. She wanted to look nice. This is generally what women do. They go to get their hair done just before the holidays, usually like a week prior. So it looks like it's been worn a bit. It's not so fresh. It gives you a little bit more volume after you've slept on it. Man, I'm just telling you what women do. Okay. And she goes, everything was going fine. Customer service was fine. They gave her a glass of wine. They were very nice to her. Everything was going okay. They agreed on a $200 payment for the hair. That's what they decided. $200. Now, after they finished doing her hair, what do they say? Oh, it's going to be an extra $50. So they upcharged her for whatever the reason is. But at least if they had told her prior to them starting her hair, that woman would have been able to make a decision as to whether or not she was going to sit in that chair at all for however many hours. I wish somebody would have me sit in a chair for like 8 hours almost, okay? For $200 to $400, possibly $500 for these tiny ass braids. Excuse my language again. For the illest headache you have ever had. Men, you don't understand, okay? You don't understand. It's like they are pulling the blood vessels out of your brain. That's how tightly these Africans braid. And I got a question. What was the hairstyle for black women before we let all these Africans in? Now, of course, all over YouTube and Instagram and TikTok, they want to make this about how, oh, she just threw away her business for $50. Oh, she's risking jail time for $50. No one's coming to the conclusion. Just kick them out. This is not the first time I've seen a video like this where African women, African hair braiding women specifically, went after Black women for saying, I don't like the hair. Please do it again. I'll pay you a little extra. This is not what I asked for. You either give me a refund and take this out, or we barter, we negotiate. Like, we're consumers. We are Americans. So if I don't like it, I'm going to ask for a refund. Okay. If I don't like the outcome of this, the end result of this, I'm going to ask for my money back. Because labor was spent, it won't be the whole amount. I am going to ask for a partial refund because I don't like the end result. This is why I do my own hair, you guys. Now, I'm not saying I won't ever go to a salon, but stuff like this is why I don't do braids anymore and why I'm about to find myself at the nearest dry bar. Because, 30, 45 minutes to get a freaking blowout wash and set. Y'all playing games. Y'all play games. I understand. Okay, do your hair yourself or go to the nearest dry bar. Okay, because I'm about to go find myself a new stylist up in Texas and it's about to be at the dry bar. This don't take that long. Okay, y'all playing games. Now, President Trump finally listens to the base and he's like, I'm going to do something about immigration because they are destroying the way we do things in America. These African women, they don't understand. The customer is always right. We put the customer first. If she says she only agreed to $200, then that's what she pays. You cannot be happy about it. You could be upset about it, but be mad at your own damn self for not implying or saying at the very beginning of this, it might cost you more. It's $200 plus a tip, because that's what the $50 was about. And now these women are facing, because now it's 3 of them, okay? At Mama's Gifted Hands is what his name is the name of the salon. And 3 of these African women are now being charged with kidnapping because they refused to let her leave, and assault. They roped the client's hair in hand. Okay. Like they were fitting to just start pounding in the face. Now that didn't go that far, but y'all understand, especially men, the hair is so tight. She wasn't even a day in with these braids. It is so painful because of how tightly they braid. I'm gonna give you guys a quick story. Okay. My sister and I, we were younger. We were I want to say 10, maybe 11 years of age. And we went to go get braids like this. And there's 2 of us. So obviously this wasn't cheap, right? Each one was almost $200 per person. There's 2 of us, right? There's a lot of money. Our hair hurt so much, you guys. We were having one of our little tete-a-tetes. We used to fight over dumb stuff, right? Leggings, hoodies, just stupid stuff. And because we were getting all dressed up to go to my uncle's barbecue, it was an all-white party. So we dressed in all white. Hair is fresh. You cannot get messy because our mother's going to be upset, right? So what do we decide to do? We're going to start grabbing each other's heads because the hair is freshly braided. Your head hurts like hell. And I don't even got to swing to dish out pain. All I got to do is grab your head. Grabbing the head was enough for us. Okay. It was enough. And so when our mother comes back, all we had to do was stop fighting. There is no evidence that there was ever a fight because all we had to do was grab each other's head. That was it. That's how badly this thing hurts. Okay. It's like a weapon in and of itself. You don't even got to do nothing but grab a chick's hair because it hurts that badly. This lady, okay, not even 5 minutes after, gets assaulted by the lady who does her hair over $50. And everybody wants to focus on her business, but no one's talking about why Black women need to be America first. All the Black men are saying, we told you to go to these African braiding shops. These women are like, I'm going to still go, but I'm just not going to go here. Kick them out. Mr. President, I love what you're doing with the Somalians, but you need to start looking at the Africans. I hope y'all send these videos to Mr. President because, he needs to know these African braiders, during the campaign, it was they're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs. You were talking about the Haitians. They're getting deported. Not every illegal is a dang Hispanic coming from Mexico. Not everybody who's a legal immigrant needs to be here or for whatever visas they have here. They come to America. They build business. They are disrespectful to our people. Okay. They don't understand how we do things. The customer's always right. Get the hell up out of here. Because, I wish somebody would try to tell me that I got to sit here and spend more money when you didn't tell me about what it is. They pulled her hair out from yanking it so hard. You bet your ass, excuse my French. This one got me cussing up a bit because I'm like, I'm going to need these women, these Black women in America to not just stop going to the African braiding shops, but maybe you should become America first. Okay. Because really, you're taking issue with how they're doing things, how they're treating you. And some of them are even willing to tolerate being treated horribly because they like the product. That is un-American. You get good quality service and you get a product you actually like. That's American, okay? To sit there and to say you're going to tolerate bad behavior, verbal abuse, they speak in their language and you don't know what the hell they saying, and you just going to sit there and let that happen? You okay with this? Because, oh, I like the end product. You're playing yourselves. These Africans got the effrontery to come into America, talk trash about Black Americans, Black women. Y'all not even trying to, do something about it. Nope, that's not true. There was one Black woman. I saw this on TikTok. She wanted to boycott the African braiding shops. This was back in August. And all these Black women are like, no, I'm not boycotting. I'm not boycotting. Now, had that Black woman whose content was very anti-Trump, anti-conservative, very anti-America first, here she is trying to boycott the African braiding shops. You want to boycott immigrants who don't get it, who don't understand, who treat Black people like trash. And you are what? Trying to boycott them without America First? I guarantee you, if America First was on your side, if you would stop bashing Trump, if you would stop, well, maybe not bash it, but you can bash the policies. But, don't bash MAGA. Don't bash America First. Don't be coming after the Black conservatives who be trying to tell you this right here is why you don't need people coming into the country to do your dang hair. Like, you can't do it yourselves. What were we doing before these women came in here? Because, I do my hair myself. And if I'm going to go and get it done at a salon, I'm going to where I know the service is going to be good, where I know I'm not going to be there for 8 hours, where I know I'm going to walk out with a product I actually like. And if it does cost more than what was quoted to me before I sat in the chair, guess what? They would have told me it might cost more. There was a story on TikTok I saw. People were complaining about Dry Bar. One woman said she likes the service. She thinks that they're great and all the rest of it, but she was considering not going to Dry Bar anymore because they said if your texture of hair is a little bit more complex than others, it might cost you a little more because of how much more time it's going to take to do the hair. And this lady said she thought that policy was racist. What? So you're not going to go where the quality of service is great, where the time it takes to do your hair is less than 4 hours, okay? Because they're telling you it's going to cost you more before you sit in the chair. Meanwhile, you get this story and they didn't tell her it was going to cost her more before she sat in the chair. Like, I'm going to need you. That's a problem. But y'all want to keep going to these African hair braiding. Yeah, no, Mr. President, I fully support this decision of ending immigration, at least permanently pausing it for now. You're just pausing it. It's not ending it. But I've been saying this. America needs some me time. You need to take the time to get rid of the people who are already here, the illegals included, that came over during the Biden administration, the 12 million of them. You need to address the immigrants who are here and causing real problems. You guys, I actually have the truth here. I'm going to just go to the last paragraph because really that's where everything is here. Okay, so it says, even as we progress technologically, immigration policy has eroded those gains and living conditions for many. Like, duh. We've been saying this for how long now? I will permanently pause migration from all third world countries to allow the U.S. system to fully recover, terminate all of the millions of Biden illegal admissions, including those signed by Sleepy Joe Biden's auto pen, and remove anyone who is not a net asset to the United States or is incapable of loving our country, and all federal benefits and subsidies to non-citizens, of our country. Denaturalize migrants who undermine domestic tranquility, and deport any foreign national who is a public charge security risk compatible with Western civilization. I would argue, you guys, these African women, these African hair braiding women, no, they don't add to the tranquility. They're not a part of Western civilization. They think it's okay to abuse their clients. They think it's okay to upcharge them without actually explaining that this might happen before the client sits in the chair. And Black women, stop going. Stop going. You want to get mad every time you see a Black girl who flattens her hair. I flat iron. Call me Carlton all you want. It's manageable. I'm not sitting in a chair for 6 to 8 hours. So I could have the illest headache for $400 that I plan to only spend possibly 200 to 3. And even that is ridiculous. Y'all come at my neck and that of conservatives who say, no, you want to spend that kind of money on your hair, spend your own, not the government's, but you'd save buku dollars if you just went to a dry bar. Yo, I'm going to need you. This is ridiculous. I saw that video, you guys, and I thought to myself, and no one on TikTok is saying why they should be deported, and no one in these videos on YouTube and TikTok are saying why they need the president to stop letting them in. Why am I the only one? I feel like, yo, I have the ladies back who said she wanted to boycott these places. I don't even go to them. They don't get my money, okay? I have an issue with legal immigration. And this is one of the reasons why. This right here. These women came to America looking for the American dream. They built business. Okay, fine. But they speak in their language, not English. They treating the people poorly. They treating their customers and their clients poorly. The lady said she loved how her hair came out, but they still pulled her hair out of her head. The amount of pain that she had to go through because this woman wanted $50. And no one's talking about why we need to start protecting Black Americans, why Black women need to start protecting each other from these types of scams and other facilities like this. This is ridiculous. Y'all should know better. You need to be America first, okay? I don't like Nick Fuentes. He's a racist. Racist. These women pulled her hair out of her head. Nick Fuentes didn't do that. I don't want to hear nothing about Nick Fuentes. Y'all need to be America first. Mr. President, kick out these African women, these African hair braiding women. Now, there's some who are on YouTube saying we disavowed her. We disowned her. We don't act like this. She was wrong. Okay, but I done seen enough of y'all. Y'all take the time. Go scrolling through YouTube and you'll see mad videos. My African hair braiding horror story. That's what they're called. And it's all over the country. It's all over America. And I'm like, yo, how many times are y'all going to put yourselves through this before y'all ready to just say, I quit on them. I'm not giving them my money. I'm not going to show up and go to a dry bar because, girl, that's what I'm about to do. And men, I know you're like, this video is kind of both America first and very girly all at the same time. But, yo, it's both funny and a tragedy all at the same time. Because I guarantee you, if there are any Black women who are watching this, they're probably going to be like, oh, no, it was just her. It was just her. I know y'all see them stories on YouTube, okay? You probably have one of yourselves, your African hair braiding horror story. Kick them out of the damn country. That's what I'm saying. Get rid of them. Have them leave. Go away. Don't come here. Don't be here. If you're not going to participate in the tranquility of Western civilization like the custom is always right, if you're not going to list out your prices totally at the beginning before the person sits in the chair, then you need to leave. You're scam artists. You hurting people, okay? You hurting people because them damn braids are too tight. Yo, they tight as hell. You're taking up time. It takes up a whole dang day. You're not meeting the demand properly. People are getting offended. And I'm not fitting to sit by and just let Black women be like, oh, well, they treated me like trash. But my hair, yo, get your life. Priorities. This is America. You get mad every time you hear a white person say why they don't want you twerking at Lululemon and you think it's racist, but they treat you like trash and you giving them money to treat you like trash. I'm going to need you to get your priorities together, Black women. You're pissing me off. This is ridiculous. There is no reason at all why that woman should have been assaulted, kidnapped, and assaulted. But oh no, I'm going to keep going to them. Y'all are foolish. You're dumb. Sorry, I'm not even going to be nice about it. Yo. Either you're playing dumb or it's not an act. Who the heck spends money on a place knowing they're going to be treated like trash for hours, huge pain, not even sure if you're going to like the end result? That is dumb. It's a waste of money, a waste of your time, and you're deliberately putting yourself through all of this because you try to look cute on a dang Friday night, knowing full on well you're in Section 8, you can't afford your groceries, but you spending $400 with these Africans. Get your priorities together. You're pissing me off, Black women. You're pissing me off. Listen to the Black men. Stop going there. Go all the way and say, America first, kick them out. Mr. President, thank you. Because it ain't just the Somalians. It is them Africans too. Check them braiding shops. You need to go there. Check them braiding shops because I'm telling you, Mr. President, there's something up. They scamming. They doing harm. They being verbally abusive to the people. Okay? Something got to be done about this. So y'all get in the comment sections. Let me know what you think about this. Okay? I know I went all over the place. This video is a bit longer because I got some stuff to say about this. Okay? Like, yo, I'm a girl. I like getting my hair done. Yo, it's serious, but not like that. It ain't that serious. So go ahead and get in the comments. Let me know what you're grateful for this year, as well as what you think about this. Because I'll tell you what, definitely grateful I don't do braids anymore. I love you guys. Again, like I said, I'm gonna take myself on to work. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell so that way you never miss an episode. Like this video, share this video. Again, comment section all day. Okay. And of course, you guys, God bless. And because it's me, Kepla.